Well, welcome to another edition of the New England Racing Show. Manchester, New Hampshire, Channel 23, and also on YouTube. And I'm your host, Bill Sturgis. Well, this past Saturday night, we went up to Bradford, Vermont, and we wanted to check out this little dirt track, quarter-mile dirt track called Bear Ridge Speedway. And it's 100 miles from Manchester, so it was a long ride, longer than I thought. But I got there and they had just finished their practice laps. They had a couple of graders out there grading the track, getting it ready. There's a couple of tow trucks. I'm standing in the corner of 3 and 4, and the pits are behind them. There's the grandstands. People were a little more to the left. People were just getting there. And here's the USAC Dirt Midgets. They had about 20 of them there, and they ran 2 heats. So we managed to tape both of those. Here they are getting ready to go out on the track. And I got there, and the people were just so nice, signing me in and welcoming me to come here and do publicity, whatever, for the track. And they let me stand right there in 3 and 4, kind of behind the fence. I wanted to stay safe, and I stuck the camera out and managed to get the races from there. Here they are sliding around the corners. That was just so cool. There was a dirt track in Westfield, Mass called Rich City that ran these cars and different smaller ones with motorcycle engines. And they closed a couple of years ago, so it looks like a lot of these people came here to race. You can see it's far from follow the leader like a lot of asphalt racing. These guys were just side by side, lap after lap, and running the high side, the low side. It seemed like a lot of driver, not just who has the most money for their engines. It was who the best driver is, and of course setting the car up too. A lot of these cars run the same engines as the NEMA light cars do, the Quad 4 or Ford Focus engine. Later on, when they did their feature, it sounded like an angry swarm of bees out there. Here's a second feature heat coming out. And there's a flag stand on the right here on the main straightaway. without wings, which puts a lot less strain on the engines running without wings. Out in front there is Ray Miller. He retired from, he was a former modified star, asphalt modified, and he retired 30 years ago. I was there at his last race at Thompson, Connecticut, and he announced his retirement. And now he's here at Bear Ridge Speedway having fun. Another driver there, driving the number 3 car, I don't know which heat he was in, is Denny Zimmerman, who was the Rookie of the Year at the Indy 500 in 1971, I think they said. I believe it's the light blue car, the 4th one in line. Okay, now we're doing a pit tour here. There were so many cars, but Denny was Rookie of the Year, and now he's an older guy and having fun at Bear Ridge. So we walked around the pits. They have these, I guess you call them mud buses. Out in New York and Pennsylvania, they run these big block modifieds. But here they run a small block in them. I believe they said it was a 602 crate engine, which is a 350 Chevy. Then they have these cars here, the old coupes. And you can see they're not, there's a mud bus. They're not junky cars at all. I mean, these are really nice cars. And when I pulled in here, I didn't know what to expect. But everyone was just so nice. Thanks for coming and take all the film you want. They let me stand there in the corner. And I went through the pits. I was just amazed at how many cars there were. And another thing that it was amazing is that everyone seemed to be having a good time. It was almost like going back into the old days. Not as far as the cars themselves, but just the attitudes. Everyone, you didn't have the people out for each other's throats. And it was just like a big family here. And when I was getting to the track, there was no traffic within 5 miles of the track. And I said, what's going on here? Is this place a ghost town? But it turned out everyone was at the Speedway, either racing or watching. In fact, the first event they had, people were telling me that they had to turn the spectators away because the place was packed. And they had no more seating, no more parking. You need your heart out for all these other tracks to have that kind of problem. I've been at some races where there's so few people in the stands. Instead of introducing the drivers to the spectators, they should do the opposite and introduce the spectators to the drivers. But that's not the case here. I mean, this place was just, I guess they, like they say in the McDonald's Newman's Coffee, it was just wicked awesome. Hate to use that cliche, but that I didn't know what to say about this place. It was just so cool. Everyone's hanging around and talking like a big family. The only thing that I found disappointing was that I never knew about this place till now. And that's my own fault, I guess. lot of them have pretty good sponsors too. These are the mud buses. They had about 20 of those out there too. And I only intended to do 25 minutes of film and do one show, but the place was so great that I taped almost an hour, and we're going to split it up into 2 shows. But I had to do the pit tour. We're doing a little show, the New England Racing Show.
Oh, yeah?
Can we talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
Okay. What class is this?
This is the Sports and Modifieds. They run a 602 crate motor, 350 horse, 4-barrel.
602?
602 Chevy crate motor, yeah.
That's like a ZZ4?
Actually a little step down.
Okay. And you're Adam Pearson?
Yep.
How long you been racing this car?
Well, this car is brand new this year, but I've been racing for, I think, 13 years now? It's my 13th year.
13 years?
Yeah.
How old are you, Adam?
29. Started when I was 16 when I got my license.
Well, good for you. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
It's a nice looking car.
Thank you.
That was Adam Pearson, the number 15, and he's currently 3rd in points. There's the 00 of Jason Gray. '51 of Justin Combs. Just went by. There's a nice dirt late model. Looks like that's the 00 of Brandon Gray. I bought a program here just so I can keep track of everybody, because I've never been here, never saw any of these cars, but I was really impressed. So I can't say enough about this place. I don't know, they say that it's supposed to be fun racing, but sometimes some of the tracks we go to or some of the divisions we race in, touring series, you kind of lose the fun along the way, and it gets to be a grind, and if you win, you're a cheater. If you bump the wrong person, they try to kick you out. It just gets to be very nerve-wracking and takes the fun out of it, but it didn't seem like that here. It seemed like everybody was having a good time, and I have a new logo or saying for Bear Ridge. It should be Bear Ridge Speedway, the way racing should be. I'm not sure if this was a Ridge Runner car. That silver one. Number 13 coupe. That was Buster Cathan. Number 81, Louis Cadwell. Those are the Sportsman coupes. There's the official guard dog of Bear Ridge. Every speedway has one of those. '78, I think that was Stan Otterman, points leader and the Ridge Runners. Nice looking late model there. That might be Brandon Gray, I'm not sure. And now the USAC midgets. '26 of Matt Covey. 18, Mike Chafee, the other midget. Now this was a beautiful, beautiful late model. I had to just stand there and keep the camera on that car. It was so nice looking. It says Brian Chafee in the program here. '99 Casey Collins. '78, I think that's Tina Catterall. Nice late model. Here's one of the Sportsman coupes. They had a large pit area, and there had to be 80 cars there at least. Okay, David Marcotte and Tyler Sears, David Durkee, they all have the 83X, and the 83 Tim Martin. So that must be just a bunch of family and friends. They all have the same colors.
This is, your name is?
Matt Sonalter.
And this is your car?
I'm driving for Tim Martin.
Tim Martin?
Yep.
And how long you been racing this car?
This is my first race with this. I race on asphalt, so I just came to try it out. So.
Where'd you race in asphalt?
I raced on the Northeast Mini Stock Tour. So I throughout New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Connecticut, and Massachusetts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How long you been racing?
This will be my 5th year.
Good. And what do you have for an engine in it?
I got a 2300cc Mustang motor.
4-cylinder? Good. Well, thanks for talking with us and good luck.
Thank you.
We probably could have interviewed everybody there, but we'd be going for 3 hours. '91 late model James Fadden. I wouldn't mind racing one of those for my kids. It's a really nice looking car. Looks like a bunch of the mud buses are getting ready to go out for their heat. .151 of Derek Barker there. .28 Bob Shepard. And then we get to the USAC midgets here. They're a little different than the asphalt midgets in that they have torsion bars in the rear rather than coil springs. And I'm sure the cars sit a little bit higher. That's Ray Miller, the #1 car. And Scott Vietz, the #2, the yellow one. Scott Holcomb, #47. A lot of these are running the quad 4s. It's a nice way to get an engine. They'll get them out of the junkyard and rebuild them, and it's a good way to get into racing pretty cheap, and the engines do have a lot of power too. That's 69 Dean Christensen. Hard to read the number. And there's Jeff Horn, our old friend.
From NEMA. Jeff Horn, one of the top NEMA runners from years ago, and also a former super driver from Star Speedway. Hi Jeff, it's great to see you here racing DMA.
Well, put it this way, trying to race DMA. Dirt is an experience.
What do you like about this compared to asphalt?
Well, you know, every corner is a new adventure.
And how are you enjoying it?
Yes, I am.
You don't miss asphalt at all?
No, not at all.
Great. Well, thanks for talking
Well, nice
with us.
talking to you.
I think that sums it up right there. He used to race supers at Star in the 70s and early 80s, and ran Northeast Midget Association up till a year or two ago, and now he's here and he's having fun and not looking back. '77 of Jeff Champagne, '49 Dylan Rock. The 37 is Tyler Rivard. And these are nice cars. These guys have nice equipment. '93 of Jamie Spalding. That's the 57 of Dylan Duhame, and he won a few weeks ago here. They race here every other week, by the way. It's not a weekly thing. And another division that races here is, they call it SCONE, S-C-O-N-E, Sprint Cars of New England. A bigger version of this with a 350 Chevy engine and a wing. Wing on the roof, and I think they have one on the front too, just like the World of Outlaws. And they tour different tracks. Canaan, Bear Ridge. So they'll be here soon, and that's going to be, when they're here, we're going to be up here too. That's the 5 car of Kevin Chafee. The 3, that's Denny Zimmerman, the former Rookie of the Year at the Indy 500. And they throw a mud bus in there to confuse us. '21 of Adam Gage. And we get up here the FRM Racing, or FMR, the 76 car. They also race NEMA Light on asphalt. So we got a chance to talk to Kevin here.
Kevin Chafee drives the number 5 dirt midget. And Kevin, how long have you been racing this car?
This is my second full year. I raced one year for Skip in the 3 car, just part-time, off and on when Denny couldn't make it.
And how long have you been racing?
About 12 years, I think it is.
What did you race before this?
I started here at Bear Ridge in the Sportsman Coupes, and I raced that for 7 or so years and won a couple championships with that. And then I moved up to the Sportsman Modifieds.
And you race a modified also, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how old are you, Kevin?
I'm 31. I'll be 32 this year.
And you've been racing what? How many years?
I think 12.
12? Well, great. Well, good luck to you.
Thanks a lot.
You got a good car and a good crew here. And we'll be taping your feature. We tape the heat races and the feature, and we're going to show that.
Well, hopefully we have a good run.
Good. Thanks.
Well, that's great. Kevin took the time out to talk to us, and we do have their feature. We're going to run that next week. But I just wanted to just say that it was just a great experience going there, and we're just so happy that we found this place. And we are going to show you the second half next week, the Mud Bus feature and the Midget feature. And we're going to be going back up there at least one more show this year, but I'm going to be going back up there just to watch because I think this place is just so awesome. Okay, till next week, we'll see you. Thanks for joining us.